Now, it's time for Levack and Goz to answer the question, why?
Why?
Tell me
Why?
Yes, my friends, it is called Why, and the reason why is we answer the question why, but we can't answer it with just simply saying why not or because.
It's always that laugh, man. That's what gets me. Voice guys laugh on why.
You can tell he's evil. You can just tell he's evil.
Yeah, he is a little evil, but he's okay. He's a good evil. Levack, Masahiro Tanaka is still struggling on the mound. Why?
God hates me.
I don't think that's I don't think that's the case.
I think there's. I just don't think so. He's a splitter pitcher. He's a guy who is used to just his body allowing him to do things that other people haven't been able to do with a baseball. And then halfway through the first season here, he had that partial tear, and they elected not to fix it. I don't think he's ever had that exact command of his arm again. And on top of that, I think it's in the back of his head that if he throws incorrectly, he could blow that elbow out. I think it's half mental, half physical, and I don't think he's made that CC Sabathia adjustment to throw with what he has versus what he used to have.
That's a pretty solid answer. I think it's something along that lines. Plus, he might just be done. There's a real possibility that what we thought Masahiro Tanaka could be in 2014 when he came over from Japan and he was one of the best pitchers in the American League, something's happened. Maybe it was holding off on getting his arm fixed. Maybe it was just him being younger. I know it's a weird, creepy stat, but I found it. This is a guy who pitched 190 innings in high school in his senior year. Not his entire high school career, as an 18-year-old in Japan. We're not talking about how much he pitched in Japanese baseball before that, or in the off-season, or out of games. It may be the wear and tear of Japanese baseball pitchers over time that just finally caught up to him. It's just a different culture, and there's evidence of this being true. Over 50% of Japanese baseball starters have had Tommy John surgery. It's the facts that have been laid out there involving these guys. Adam Schefter said Odell Beckham Jr. should not show up to anything voluntary for the New York Giants. Why?
All right. I actually like this advice because it legitimately is the best way he can protest within the structure of his contract. If he really does want more money and he wants it now, this is a good way to go, hey, I'm not happy, but I'll still fall in line when I have to. The reports are he will show up for mandatories, which are Tuesday?
Tuesdays.
Mandatories start Tuesday. So, I mean, I don't love it because I just think you're part of a team. It's something bigger than yourself, and you prove to everyone that you belong by being there and working harder than everyone else. But I can't say that if I was in the exact same situation, I wouldn't take this recourse that I have in front of me.
I love how social media is handling some of these stories. I've read today on Twitter that people said, well, if this was Belichick, he wouldn't let this happen. Belichick would handle this differently. What do you mean? He's the best player in your team. Like, it's not as if he's missing Sunday games. He's not getting in fights. He's not getting in trouble off the field. Oh, wait, Belichick brings in people who get in trouble off the field and figure it out. Right. Odell Beckham Jr. is not at a voluntary workout, and he doesn't feel like his contract fits his value. Okay, let him do his thing.
Biggest defense I have for OBJ is nobody's saying a word about Olivier Vernon. Olivier Vernon hasn't been there either, and he already got his. So he just wants to work out separately.
What's the next thing? Odell Beckham Jr. at OTAs, but puts in half effort.
Oh, he'll have a hamstring.
Yeah.
I'll watch. Oh, tweaked my hammy.
But is that going to be as big as a storyline as what we've had to deal with the last 2 weeks?
Sooner or later, you guys are all going to realize I was right about those hamstring injuries. They were not real injuries. I'm just saying.
They're convenient when they show up. I'll put okay.
Those are the little things that add up to me, and that's why I'm not going to pay you till I have to pay you. You know what I mean? Like, I look at guys, and you look at the Giants. The Giants obviously honor their players. Look at Jason Pierre-Paul. They paid him after he blew his hand off. You do good work for them. You provide on the field. The Giants will pay you. They're not the kind of organization that's going to be like, caught you looking and run away with your money. They're just going to make you earn it.
The Giants may be willing to keep players around, but not so much the New York Jets. Levack, the New York Jets are cutting everybody. Why are they doing that?
Saving cash, baby. I'm sorry. Let me have Randy answer.
Straight cash, homie.
They at some point, Woody must have called down to McCagnon and Bowles and went, "Hey guys, funny thing about this year, it looks like you want to spend money like a real football team, and we don't have one of those. So we're gonna start letting guys loose. Let's save, I don't know, $13 million." Oh, that means we got to get rid of our leader on defense, David Harris, and our only established wide receiver, Eric Decker. I didn't stutter, did I? So, yeah, this is about saving cash, man.
Okay, saving cash, but if you have cash to spend, that means eventually, because of NFL rules, and this has really seriously become a rule, you have to spend X amount of dollars at some point. Whether it be the 2018 offseason, 2019, there are different ways to eventually have to spend the cash.
There's a floor.
So Jets fans would say this: who are we going to get? If we're going to rebuild next season, how are you going to go to free agency and say, look, hey, we went 1-15 last year, but we got a lot of money to spend, and New York is your place to come. It's a tough pitch.
Well, remember, next year you got to do Leonard Williams' deal. I believe it's next year, or at least you're a year closer. I'm not positive. You got to do that. You're going to have to do a quarterback, so whether it be an early round rookie or whatever. There might be, I don't know who's a free agent next year, but you could conceivably build the middle and bring in some names, and you'll have the money to do it.
I guess the tough part about it is what's going to be here at 4. Todd Bowles. He's still the coach of the Jets. Honestly, why? I don't blame him for anything, but I feel like, as Rich Cimini might point out to us a bit later on, what are the chances of Todd Bowles surviving with a situation like this?
Let me have Randy answer you one more time.
Straight cash, homie.
The reason he's the coach this year is if I'm going to throw this year away anyway, why am I going to pay 2 coaches? And I wouldn't. So let me float this for you. I bring in an offensive coordinator, a quarterback guru as my quarterback coach. I'm just a little curious. Guy's got a great pedigree. Am I really going to throw that guy away next year, even if I do throw Bowles away? Well, I'm not going to hire a new coach and say, this is your offensive coordinator.
And now you're going to blow up the whole system and find your new players and do something different. And
or am I going to say, Mr. Morton, here's your team?
That's a huge jump, though. From a guy off your staff to 2018 season, he's your head coach.
What do we always do? The Jets are like the Mets. They concern themselves with winning the battle of the tabloids.
But Morton's got to have a good offensive season. And right now, looking at that, if you can be a top 15 offense for the New York Jets, wow. I don't know how you're going to pull it off.
Or just progress the young guys you've got. But it's not unheard of to take a young, inexperienced offensive coordinator and make him a head coach in New York. Ben McAdoo. Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked. Like I said, nothing they do shocks me anymore. I want to believe there's a way that Todd Bowles keeps his job. I don't know what it is.
I feel bad for him now because he almost can't succeed at the spot.
Rich Cimini, 415. We'll see what he thinks.
I got 2 more for you here. Nobody seems like they want to run their horses in the Belmont Stakes this Saturday. Levack, why?
Because they're scared. They're scared of it.
Scared of the mile and a half? Is that what it is?
Scared of the mile and a half. Scared of how much money I've been winning. Man, it just seems like it's something about being the third leg of the Triple Crown that if you can't win the Triple Crown, you bag. If you can't end somebody else's chance at a Triple Crown, you bag. I just love the idea that this year at Saratoga, it is extremely conceivable that we are going to have the winners of all 3 races running like the Jim Dandy or the Travers or the Mary Lou. You know what I mean? Like there's the Belmont has become the preview to Saratoga.
You said it very well. The answer is Saratoga. Capital Region sports fans. It feels like a lot of these trainers and owners say, we're not going to run in the Belmont. We'll get ready for the Saratoga season.
We'll take the 4th leg of the Triple Crown.
That's awesome. That's amazing to think about that. Again, if you haven't heard the news, Classic Empire is now scratched. So Classic Empire, who is listed to be the favorites out of the race. Always Dreaming's not going to be running. Cloud Computing's not going to be running. Derby winner out. Preakness winner out. Favorite in the race now out. Irish Warcry listed as the favorite for the race coming up on Saturday. And the last one here, The Mummy with Tom Cruise, Guardians of the Galaxy, Pirates of the Caribbean. All these movies are sequels and remakes. It's supposed to be the summer blockbuster season. Levack, why are we getting these types of movies?
There was an original idea in Hollywood, and then it died of loneliness. So now you have to get all the remakes. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is very good, by the way. Wonder Woman's original. As far as The Mummy goes, it's a new take. And Tom Cruise is in it, so it's going to be fabulous. Baywatch is out there.
That's a remake too, though.
It's an adaptation. Adaptation.
Is it really that these film businesses and investors say, hey, I saw 15 years ago this brand was really successful, so I know I can make my money back? Is it just the pitch in the room that makes people think, okay, I'll make my money back doing this? I guess so. Over quality?
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, last weekend, the box office was won by Wonder Woman and Captain Underpants. Okay?
Yeah.
Captain Underpants was second in the box office.
Captain Underpants. The kids like Captain Underpants.
But are you following me? Like, why am I going to go out of my way to write some beautiful script when I can make billions of dollars with Captain Underpants and Wonder Woman?
What are we doing wrong? You're right. Dude probably made $100 million off that movie.
In the first minute. In a minute. It'll make billions of dollars worldwide. How crazy is that? Okay, don't get me started. That's why.
Do you want to go see it together?
Captain Underpants?
Yeah, it might be good.
Absolutely not.
How about Wonder Woman?
I'll go see Wonder Woman.
I thought you already saw it.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Oh, okay.
My daughter hasn't been home since it came out.
Oh, that's right.
She's my excuse to go to cartoon movies, comic book movies.
Nice.
You know, and she doesn't like them nearly as much as I do.
Let me know how Wonder Woman is.
That's why when
man.
you're in line, there's
Cartoons.
like a single mom with her kids. Like, I know, she makes me go. My kid's like, I hate you so much.
Bye, Dad. I'll be in the other movie with my friends.
She sneaks off to whatever random vampire movies out about like teen angst, and I just go in there by myself.